the road to WrestleMania coming into focus. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is just pro wrestling news for Monday, February 22nd, 2021. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. Let's get right into the results from Elimination Chamber last night. We have a new WWE Champion, and it was none of the men in the main event last night. Here's how it went down. Randy Orton was the first man out of the chamber match for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston surprised him with a roll-up. The final three were Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and AJ Styles. Sheamus did hit the Brogue Kick on McIntyre, but Styles surprised Sheamus with the Phenomenal Forearm and pinned Sheamus. Styles quickly went for another Phenomenal Forearm, aiming for McIntyre, but he was met in midair with a Claymore, and McIntyre got the win. But we are not done. After the match, Bobby Lashley ambushed McIntyre, beat him down for a while, and then out came The Miz. He cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, and the match was on. McIntyre did kick out of a DDT, but the skull-crushing finale got the three, and Miz is the new WWE Champion. More than 9 years after his first WWE Championship reign ended.
I could care less if everybody's on the internet going, oh, Miz doesn't deserve it. Oh, Miz shouldn't be WWE Champion. Cry! Go ahead and cry and keep on doing it, because that is the fuel that lights my fire.
That clip from WWE's YouTube channel. Daniel Bryan won the SmackDown Chamber match, earning a shot at the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns immediately came out and beat Bryan in less than a minute. After the match, Edge came out of nowhere to spear Reigns, pointed at the WrestleMania sign. WWE later made it official. It will be Reigns versus Edge for the Universal title at Mania. Keith Lee was pulled from the U.S. title three-way at Elimination Chamber just hours before the show. A four-way match was put together on the kickoff show between John Morrison, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, and Elias to fill the vacancy. During the match, members of Retribution powerbombed Ricochet into the ring post, but that did more harm than good for them. Ali got caught watching, and Morrison rolled him up for the win. So it was Lashley defending the US title against Morrison and Riddle. MVP was out with Lashley using a crutch to get around, and that would come into play as Riddle used it to take Lashley out of the equation, and Riddle pinned Morrison to win the United States Championship. Nia Jax pinned the SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks, as Jax and Shayna Baszler turned away the challenge of Banks and Bianca Belair for the women's tag titles. Carmella's sommelier Reginald showed up at ringside at the end of the match. He tried to pass a champagne bottle to Banks. She wasn't interested, but the distraction was enough for Jax to get a Samoan drop on Banks for the pin. Elimination Chamber is the last WWE pay-per-view before NBC Universal's Peacock streaming service becomes the exclusive home of the WWE Network in the United States. That will happen on March 18th. WWE's website says it's still finalizing the details on how current subscribers will be transitioned to Peacock. WWE says it expects to have more details to share in March.
AEW.
AEW's Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament rolls on tonight. AEW's YouTube channel will broadcast 4 matches starting at 7 p.m. We'll get both semifinal contests from the Japan side of the bracket, Yuka Sakazaki versus Emi Sakura, and Aja Kong versus Ryu Mizunami. Also, the final 2 first-round matches from the U.S. side of the bracket, Dr. Britt Baker versus Anna Jay, and Ty Conti versus Nyla Rose.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
New Japan is back at Korakuen Hall this morning for another Road to Castle Attack show. Hiromu Takahashi was pulled from the show early Monday due to a shoulder injury. He was also scratched on Saturday. New Japan had already pulled Tetsuya Naito from the show. He's been out since suffering a knee injury last Tuesday. That's just pro wrestling news for Monday, February 22nd. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning. Please rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.